Getting into farming wasn't the traditional path for me, I think. I really just wanted to spend more time in nature, and fumbling around in the soil kind of gave me an excuse to do that. I really enjoyed being in the mountains north of Kyoto City. This beautiful valley with a very clean river and 4 distinctive seasons, which I really liked. And just like I said, playing in the dirt gave me an excuse to be out there. Which was funny because as a kid I never really liked vegetables. Carrots were an awful thing on my dinner plate. They were the zombified frozen vegetables of the meal, and it's funny that I came to grow these, you know, and this is one of the first things that really got me into farming. Was my second year playing around in the soil. I was able to grow some carrots, and even though they didn't look like the supermarket carrots, they tasted 10 times better. And they were 1,000,000 times better than those frozen things I ate as a kid. So that's really how I got into it, was just practically loving the vegetables that I was producing. Yeah. The sustainability element from my farm really came later. Basically, I didn't really know what I was doing when I got started. I'd had no education or experience. So I just did it the simplest way possible by scraping some soil into mounds and putting some seeds in there and hoping for the best. So I didn't know about chemical farming versus organic farming at that time. I just did organic farming because it meant I didn't have to buy these chemicals. It was cheaper, and I didn't have to research how to use these chemicals. And it was only till someone came on my farm much later and asked me to use chemicals, and I said no. And they said, "Oh, you're organic." And I said, "I guess so." And that's when I started to learn about organic farming. And even though I'd already started doing it, I didn't know much about it. And the more and more I spread the word and talked to more people about it, it felt like organics was very important. And about 7 years ago or so, I gave a presentation of organic farming. And that's when I had to really do my research and learn about the importance of sustainable farming and the importance of what it can do for our planet. After giving that talk, a lot of people came up to me and said, "I want to buy your vegetables. I want to visit your farm." I thought, wow, great. Because at that time I was really just doing it as a hobby. But after having some people out there and finding some people who wanted to buy these delicious carrots in town, I felt like this is of great value to the community as well. Not only am I doing something that I enjoy and doing something positive for the environment, but also my community is affected positively as well. And that was great. I felt I was giving people the chance to have access to good, nutritious, organic food with a low carbon footprint. The first people who came out to the farm were just some friends of mine, really, with their friends, a group activity for the day. We'll have a barbecue on the river, visit the farm, jump in the river. But then someone came along who really wanted to volunteer full time. And that was surprising to me, that somebody wanted to stay up at the farm and just help on the farm even when I'm not there. And this was a young person, maybe 23, 24 years old, from Switzerland. And he ended up staying 4 or 5 months at this little house that I'd fixed up right next to the farm. It's a beautiful area, but I was just amazed that he was willing to give his time and effort for this project of mine that was just to try to grow vegetables in the mountains and see what I could produce. It really gave and brought some value to what I was doing. I felt like the benefits to Midori Farm from this gentleman were a lot more than just helping on the farm, but the encouragement, the sense of purpose, and the feeling like other people want to be involved. And it wasn't very long after that when more and more people started contacting me saying, "I'd like to come too. I'd like to be a volunteer as well. I want to stay up there." Which was really amazing. I mean, when I was younger, just out of school, I never would have thought of volunteering on an organic farm. But after having hosted about 40 or 50 volunteers from about 25 different countries, I found there is incredible value to it. I think if I try to define my goal for Midori Farm now, it's to continue to create organic vegetables that are sustainably produced and delivered, but also to give people the opportunity to come out to the farm, to learn about how to produce these vegetables and to be able to taste them, and also giving people the opportunity to participate in other ways. I like to do events for families and for any kind of person to come out and go camping, visit the farm, go hiking, swimming in the river, even going sledding in the wintertime. Because I feel it's a valuable lesson for people to get out and kind of be in nature. I've long ago learned that nature is disappearing because people don't really love it anymore. And how do we get to love something that we've never really experienced firsthand? So having these events give people the opportunity not only to visit the farm, but to see these beautiful natural surroundings, learn to appreciate them, and want to protect them. What I really hope for the future is that we all learn to volunteer and collaborate and work with these small initiatives and startups that people are doing all over the world, such as beach cleanups and eco bags, carrying around your own water bottle, reusable items, recycling, composting. There's so many different projects out there. And I find that this is a valuable opportunity, not just for the person who's doing that or that community that they live in, but for people everywhere to be inspired and empowered to be able to come out and participate in a sustainable initiative. When I think about it, that's really what Midori Farm has become for me. What started as an excuse to spend time in nature quickly became a hobby and then a part-time job. And while I'm doing it full-time now, I find it less a job and more of a sustainable initiative to help preserve our environment, to help others to be connected with nature, their food, their own bodies. And I love it when volunteers come along with a special skill set that they can provide that otherwise I wouldn't be able to do. A woman came up, and I'm cleaning out an old house here at the new farm, and there were a bunch of old kimono. And she's an artist who takes these old kimono and upcycles them into jackets and bags and different items and then sells them. And she was able to come up here and we did a collaborative event. People came out, they were able to see the old kimono, they were able to learn about her work, they were able to visit the farm, we had a wonderful lunch, and everybody had a wonderful day of it. And it's slowly dawning on me that if more and more of these opportunities exist, that more and more people are going to want to get involved with it. And it doesn't have to be something as formal as an organic farm or a beach cleanup. It could be just about anything, just a small meetup about something that others who have these skill sets, such as good with a camera, able to create digital content, create web design, some of these things that would help these initiatives get more promotion. What I'd like to see is a film festival, actually, where we can find these amateur filmmakers and hobbyists who have the equipment, the skill set, and the desire to create films, but maybe not the opportunity, and match them up with these initiatives that are for the environment or sustainability, so that the filmmakers create the content for these small startups. And then at the end of the year, we have this film festival where everybody can come, watch all the films, learn about these new projects, and find out ways that they can support them.